Okay. All right. I had a little bit of technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, let me turn this off because I want you to be able to see. Excuse my dusty screen. Thug life. All right, let me tilt this a little bit. Bring us in here. I'm a little bit late. Sorry about that. It was not letting me edit or alter the live in any way. I'm so... You called me? Oh, Cinnamon. I'm sorry if you saw my disheveled mess of a self today. Two toddlers will do that to you. I was trying to flip the camera around and I think the live might have stopped before I got to do that. But, yeah, we're back. And I'm just going to give it a little bit for people to realize I'm on. Just because they might have already been here waiting. And so, I wish I could get this like a little bit closer. And like not have it be at such like a weird angle. Sorry, let me take care of the glare in the background. Okay. Yeah, that is a lot better. Okay. Let me pull my live up over here behind me real quick. Hey, Hilly. I got in. I got in. I'm just going to wait for a couple more people because I know for sure there were two other ladies for sure from the members crew, the cat pack, that had questions. If not, they will be able to catch this afterwards. I probably should have put up a thing so that everybody, if they weren't able to be here, I could answer any specific questions they had, but I didn't think about that until today. So I want to see if I can get you a little bit more. Let me close all my tabs real quick. Okay, just in case. You never know. All right, let me see if I can get this a little closer to... Oh my God, I don't know what that was, but it went tumbling. Oh yeah, that's a little better, right? Okay, let me tighten that right there. Boop. All right. Yeah, I'm trying to see what I'm doing on the freaking phone through the computer. Okay, I gotta tighten this a little bit as soon as I get it. This needs to be a little bit more here. Sorry guys, I have never done this before. Hey D, just in time. I'm just trying to get situated. Okay, let me. What is wiggling here? Oh, this is wiggling. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. I'm not trying to make you guys dizzy. Just trying to make sure that I have like. You guys can actually see. Which way am I going? I'm going this way. But you guys can actually see what I'm doing. No, you're fine, sweetheart. I actually was late getting on. I couldn't. The live that I had scheduled was being a pain in my ass, and it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me freaking start it, and like, well, it let me like kind of start it, but it wouldn't let me change anything. And I was trying to make, and when I started it, it was facing me, and I look like I've been with two toddlers all day, so ain't nobody want to see all that, okay? Okay. And now I'm just trying to get this as straight as I can for you guys, so that you can see as much as what I'm as much of what I'm doing as possible. I'm gonna start with Canva. Okay, no, I'm gonna do one thing on YouTube real quick today. Hey, Nana Ange. I'm gonna do one thing on YouTube real quick because someone asked me specifically how to do it. Now, oh shit, I shouldn't have closed that last tab. Hold on, I was just talking to, I think it was D. and she asked me about the tablet. And hold on, let me look this up. I think that it said you can on any tablet, but you have to go to the browser, the actual browser on the tablet. Now, I don't know if it's different for hey Susie, do you have an iPad? You have an iPad. I don't know why I asked that like a question. I knew you have an iPad. Is this like wobbliness, is that bothering you guys? Is that okay? I don't have a program to directly stream from my laptop yet. I haven't hooked all that up. I'm lazy. When you go to Studio on your iPad, can you add your end screen, or are you only able to add your end screen on your laptop? Sorry, I asked like 3 different things. Know what? My bad. I think that's as even as I'm gonna get. Okay, that's not bothering you. Okay. What about on your D? What kind of tablet do you have? I just want to show her this one thing, and then we're gonna jump right into Canva. I think I'm gonna unbox. It's an Android. Okay, so from what I saw, from what I looked up, I closed the tab by mistake, but from what I looked up, I'm pretty sure I remember it saying that you have to go to the YouTube studio.youtube.com, and that'll open on the browser, and that'll open the YouTube Studio on your tablet. But I will show you real quick what it looks like on mine, so that when you're able to get to that point, that's not me. Well, it's kind of me. Let me show you. So, oh, you never used the Studio? Oh, okay. Yeah, she wants to know how to, okay, so you're going to go to YouTube Studio. That's why if you're going to do content, especially for YouTube, and I'm so sorry that because that bright, that is going to drive me cuckoo. Is it as glaring for you guys on your end of the screen as it is on mine? How's that? Is that a little bit better? Did that make it any better or worse for you guys? Because that was blinding me through my phone. There's no glare. Oh, there was no glare for you guys? Close the curtain all the way when you come in, please. There's a glare on the right-hand side of my computer from the door.
Did you find it?
No. Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just put the brightness back up then. Just not too much, because then I won't be able to see what I'm doing through my phone. You guys can still see everything okay, though, on your end? It's fine now? Okay. All right. So, basically, your studio, your account stuff is going to be over here in the right-hand corner. Or you can access it through... Let me go back a page. It'll also be here on the left-hand side. You can go to... Where is it? Where is it? It's down here. It'll be more from YouTube. It's faster for me to just go from the right-hand side where I don't have to scroll down like half the page to get to my stuff. But, hey, you know what I mean? Okay, so you're going to go in here. You're going to go to YouTube Studio. Okay, you'll click your studio. And you're going to go to your content. Okay, your video that's uploaded or uploading will be right here. Okay, please don't... I appreciate you guys being members. If you guys ever, don't ever tell anybody what's in my YouTube Studio. I'm going to edit this part out, hopefully. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares if you see how many freaking... It doesn't matter. Anyway, don't do that to yourself, Katie. Okay, so basically it's going to look like this. Okay, here's your title, your information. Down here at the bottom, I also want to point out quick that there's some stuff. If you go to show more, it's available on your mobile devices as well. If you're doing PR, make sure you click this button just to cover your butt, okay? Just cover your butt, because it's basically so people will sometimes do videos and not say that they're doing PR. So basically that's what this little button is. I always put it in my title. I try to put it on my thumbnail. You know what I mean? But sometimes I forget this little button. You know, that time I didn't. Okay, so over here on the right, though, is going to be your visibility, if you have any strict restrictions, like copyrights or anything like that, subtitles. You're going to see your end screen and your cards. So your cards is like little links that you can have pop up during your video. I don't like doing those, though, because I want people to watch my video. I don't want them to click on something in the middle of my video and then go to another video. You know what I mean? So I don't use the cards. That, to me, I don't do that. So this is your end screen, and your end screen is what's going to allow you to add some stuff to the end of your video. So sometimes you'll see people will have like an end screen to their video, right? Their actual video, but there's not like any clickable things. It's just like 2 empty boxes. So basically mine looks like this. And so the end screen is about 20 seconds, okay? So that's going to be important when you're making your end screen in Canva or whatever it is that you're using. I use Canva. I find it to be the most convenient for everything that I need it for. And I don't think that $15 is a bad, 15, 16 bucks, whatever it is a bad price. I'll go more into why I like that after. But, okay, sorry, hold on. Let me back up. So anyway, when you're making your end screen for your video, you want it to be at least like 20 seconds. As you see, it's 20 seconds, 2 milliseconds, you know, blah, 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 blah. Whatever I don't even know what the smaller than a millisecond is. But anyway, so I have mine set up. You're going to have like elements are what each one of these boxes is, right? And please, if I go too fast or if I say anything, don't be scared to say something in the chat. I'll check back over. I have a ranting where I ramble. So basically over here you have your elements. Okay, your elements are going to be your different things. I have, what do I have? I have subscribe. I have mine set to best for viewer, which means it's going to suggest a video that particular person is more likely to watch. Okay, so that's what I have right here. And then this is my membership button. And above it, it says become a member. So those are the 3 things that I have. You can have it set up to where if, you don't have a membership yet or whatever, or you don't want your membership at the end of your video for whatever reason. I don't think that there's a right or wrong way to do that. I guess it just depends. I'm trying to get better now about pushing my, not pushing my content, but like supporting my content during my content. Like I'm shouting out my membership more. I'm getting comfortable to remind people about my discount codes. I was not always comfortable doing that. Lately I've been much more comfortable because it's my shit. You know what I mean? If I'm not representing and pushing my own shit, like why should anybody else? So try to get comfortable doing that. That's going to be very important because that's one way that you're going to link with your audience. I've found is just be yourself. You know what I mean? Put your shit out there. Look at Nana Ange. Nana Ange, like she said in one of her lives, some people might find her, this, that, and everything else. I happen to think she's freaking peachy keen. But, some people might not like that bubbly, just I'm going to say what I want to say because I'm having fun type of thing. Some people got to stick up their ass. But Nana Ange is rocking it. You know what I mean? That works for her. Her personality is what drives her lives. So definitely put yourself into your channel. Anyway, sorry, another tangent. But that's what I have for mine. So basically you'll go to Element. Oh, bye, Omelette. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. Okay, baby. Okay. Okay, so here, you guys can see this. It's not like too blurry or anything. You can see what the words say. Oh, somebody unplugged my computer again. Hold on. While you guys take a second, I'm going to plug my computer back in so I can read my chat. You gotta go pee. Are you going to make it? Okay, good job. Not your purse. Oh no. Why is my computer? They keep pulling the damn cord out of my computer. The kids, the dogs, me.
Do you want any type of snack? Wait, I'll show you what type of snack.
What do you mean? Like what type of snack? I mean snacks? Fuck yeah, snacks. She really asked me, of all people, would you like any type of snack? I mean, what kind of question is that? Oh, Nana, and lately I cry at least once a day over this community. I'm back. I don't know. I'm very happy right now. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, I'll take the sweet chili chips. Yes, I will. I'll take the sweet chili. Okay. I'm gonna try my best to check the chat. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up on here. I didn't want to because sometimes when I put my YouTube up on here while I'm doing something else, like, see, it doesn't want to like clicky click click. Do. Nope, we're gonna have a problem with 3 tabs today. This is what happens when you have bare minimal internet speed. Okay, let's see, view your channel. Live. Bam. I'm so sorry if the volume is up. Nope, it wasn't. Perfect. All right, as soon as that loads, I will check the chat real quick, and then I'm just going to turn this off. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything while it was up. And then, that is going to trip me out. Oh, no, don't do that. Woo!
Why are you blocking the screen?
I don't think so. Because the camera is doing that weird thing with when you, like, point a camera at a mirror and you take a picture and it just, like,
it's slowing the quality.
What's that movie called? It inceptions itself?
Yeah, it keeps going.
Oh my god, that was horrible. Ugh, that made me nauseous.
I love it when they do that. It's so
okay.
Cool. It's so cool.
Okay, no questions. Okay, so basically, let me just show you this part real quick. So you'll go to Element, and you can insert a video, a playlist, a subscribe button, a channel button, or a link. So if you have a membership, it's going to go under link. Okay? And so then you're going to pick them, and there's going to be a couple other options. Let me see. Let's see. Let's just do a video. Okay, it's not going to work because I have too many things. There's nowhere to put this, I don't think. Yeah, no, there's too much going on here. But so basically, most recent upload. It's not going to let me because I have too much stuff. So I apologize for that. Okay, here we go. Okay, there we go. So here's how I did my link. I put the link in for my membership join, and you can put in a custom message, the call to action, my little thingy thing. So that's how you do that. There's a couple other options, I think, and then it's pretty, like, there's nothing like crazy. But that is how you would do that. Discard any changes. Yeah. Okay, now let's get into Canva. So basically, I'm just going to show you how I personally, like, there's a lot of features that I really want to, I should have really been, like, digging into this stuff from the get-go, but I was only doing the bare minimum. And yeah, so I'm gonna share the bare minimum with you guys, and then if there's stuff that you don't know, you can learn it along with me as I learn new stuff. Or maybe you guys will figure stuff out before I do, in which case, please send some of that my way. There's a lot of things that I want to learn to do still in Canva. So I think what I want to do is I think I'm going to copy one of my, okay, so this one has a lot of layering. So I'm going to go here real quick, and I'm going to make a copy of it so I can deconstruct it with you guys. And then we'll start one from scratch. And then I'll do the same thing with the, okay, baby, the intro videos. Oh, like on Netflix? On Netflix? Aria. I hate when they say something and then, like, you go to say something back, silence. Okay, so boop, boop, and then, yeah, we'll do the same thing with, it's got to be somewhere right here. I just made it. We'll do the same thing with my intro video. Make a copy. I had a freaking, like, brain fart. And I'm going to do the same thing with my outro video, just so I can show you how I set mine up. Okay. You're watching Wednesday? That doesn't sound like... What is that? Let me see. Was that an ad? Or do you have it set to Italian or something? Like,
It's translated.
give me that, please. It's the subtitles. Give me it. I don't know why I thought it sounded... okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. The toddler has the audio on Arabic and the subtitles on Chinese. Oh, man. Wouldn't that be crazy if she was that? Like, watch her learn Arabic and Chinese now. You don't need subtitles. You can't read.
Can I use these?
Okay, baby. Here you go. Yes, go ahead. Here, take Wednesday. Take that, because I can't... Go, because I can't have certain music in my my thingamabobber. All right, I'm going to pull my live up. Multilingual. Wouldn't that be freaking cool? Okay, so... I'm not going to go into... Yeah, I guess I should probably... Okay, so... It's going to be a little bit different on mobile, but not really. I just feel like PC or laptop is way more convenient to be able to use features, to size images, to move images. So if you can even just get yourself a cheap laptop, like for only Canva, I would suggest doing that. Don't get a Chromebook though. They have absolutely no memory. It will be freaking useless. Trust me. I don't even know how students use those things. They probably have like backup hard drives or something because Chromebooks are caca. What is that? Hey. You guys are crazy. Okay. So this is what your home looks like. It has like a bunch of random stuff here that you can do. You can custom size your images. You can upload. I usually just wait to upload things until I'm working on them. I never really upload things ahead of time. You can search through millions of templates, like hundreds, like there's so much stuff. Let's say you needed a planner, okay? Planner. They have already pre-made ones. Now, this is how I started learning to do everything in Canva. And I'm going to show you that today. Once we get to like when we deconstruct and we go back in to recreate. So this is how I learned to do everything in Canva. I started off with the pre-made ones. And I started by using a pre-made one that I liked, changing the font a little bit, not really, and then I slowly I removed stuff and I learned how to remove stuff and I added stuff back on. And then that's how I kind of got it playing with this. So I suggest doing that if you're having a hard time. Some people take really good to this stuff. I don't know if I did or didn't, but I know that I started by altering pre-made things. But you can do like, planners. Let's say you needed you can do all types of stuff. You can design your logo. I designed my logo. I designed my emojis for my chat. I do all my collages. I jazz them up in here. I do everything. There's a lot of features that I don't know how to use, but I'm going to make sure I do that soon. So over here, you have your home button, your projects, your templates. Templates are already pre-made things. Okay, so templates are pre-made stuff. So Instagram post templates. Okay, so if you just want to browse what they already have pre-made, you can do that. Okay, so that's what templates is. Brand, I've never set up my thing other than like the beginning. See, this is my let me see if I can, let's take a look at the original logo, shall we? Find your logo fast. Yeah, okay, I know. That's how long I haven't used this section because it's over here giving me a tutorial. Can I open it? I don't know. No, I don't think I can because I think I deleted it. Anyway, let me see if I can, nah. I'll have to take like a screenshot of it and show you because I can't see it right now. But anyway, you'll be able to do like your logos, your colors. So if your theme is like, for me, it was like purple, you know what I mean? You could set your colors, certain fonts. You can set to certain things that you want. So like if you have a series that you're doing, and I'm going to show you this again when we go to do the actual stuff. If you have a series that you're doing and you're using a particular font, you're going to see that that's going to be super easy. Like you can have preset fonts So then all you have to do is just, you know what I mean? Or you can always copy and paste between things, which is why I also like having the browser. It's super, super convenient, you guys. If you can, I understand. I couldn't do this in the beginning either. This is actually my husband's third hand, because he got it secondhand. Third hand gaming computer. I mean, it's still a very nice laptop. I'm not, downing it at all, but, mine is like, handed down. You know what I mean? So I know that some people can't do that right away. If you have young kids, not to sound any type of way, but I highly suggest putting money aside from your taxes for your channel. That's how I've managed to do most of what I've done, is use that money that comes tax time and use it for the big stuff that I can't afford during the year. So anyway, but yeah, you can do your colors, your fonts, your brand voice. I don't know what that is. Photos, graphics, like photos that you use often, all that type of stuff. So that's brand. Canva AI, I don't do AI. I don't like it. It scares me. It's getting really, really freaky. Anyway, I don't want to get into any like doomsday stuff. I don't know. It's just, it really trips me out. I've used it a couple times and it's just nothing bad. Like, you know what I mean? It just was cheap, because the Canva AI is not that good in my opinion. That's the only thing, but I also don't know how to, anyway. So yeah, so that's like the basic stuff. So your designs also are going to be in projects, or your designs will be here. Templates is also here. It gives you multiple options. That's what I like too. It has things in multiple places, because you may be better. It works for people that maybe have to have things a particular way, like they have to work from left to, you know what I mean? So like if somebody just automatically starts whatever they're doing, their projects from the left to the right, this is super helpful. It has everything that you need to get started. There's also other stuff here, and then you can scroll down and this will have all your recent projects, right? So let's actually start. Well, let's deconstruct. I think this was the thumbnail. Oh, is there anything before I keep going? Sorry, if I ramble or if I skip something, please just remind me. Because I will ramble through 5 different subjects and quite possibly not finish any of them. I think I'm doing pretty good so far finishing them. So far. I'm also still trying to open my live just so I can make sure that I'm not missing anything, so I don't have to keep stopping. I'm trying to at least get through the stuff that I said I wanted to do with deconstructing and reconstructing the thumbnail and the intro video. Now, like I said, there's a lot of things that you can do with Canva that I can't yet, or I just haven't done yet. So, oh, what am I doing? Focus, woman! I meant to go to my channel. I went to my freaking, give me 1 second. Alright, the live is up. Okay, here we go. Okay, it doesn't look like I missed anything. Okay, you guys can actually sleep pretty well. Okay, so I like to do things in layering. I've always kind of been like a layering type person, I guess. But definitely when it comes to designing things, I'm all about layers. You know what I mean? I never really like anything that I use until I do something to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I take a good thing and I got to make it better for me. So let's kind of deconstruct this. Hopefully this helps. This is the only way I could think to do this. I'm not a teacher by any means. So I want to show you a cool thing that you can do with Canva once you're in your image, okay? So real quick, let's go over the menu. So right here, these 3 little lines here, that's going to bring up your menus from your home. And it's going to bring up these all projects, your projects, the one that you're on, shared with you, available offline. You can put star designs in folders or whatever. Okay, and then we have design. So design is where you can find like your templates. It shows recently used. Oh wow, that was a while ago. Oh, that was for what giveaway? That was for a giveaway, I think. I think that was for the Varnail giveaway. But yes, you can find all these templates. You know what I mean? Like these are all things that you can deconstruct, play with the pieces, move the pieces around. You know what I mean? So these are all things. These are just random stuff. You can search up here. So let's say you needed right here, purple Halloween. Bam. I was playing with another idea, but I didn't like it. I ended up making this one from scratch. Where was it? So you can have like all these different ones. You know what I mean? For thumbnails. So that's just to keep in mind. So that's what that is. Elements this is my favorite tab. This is the tab that I use for pretty much everything. The tabs that I use the most are elements, uploads, and down here at the bottom, photos. So elements is where you're going to find all of your really cool stuff. Like the things, the little kitty cats for my member shout outs. Oh, what did I search? I searched up spooky cat. And bam, you have graphics. Now the ones with the crown, if you don't have the premium or whatever it is, I don't know if it's called premium or not, you won't be able to use those, okay? There are still a lot of things that you can use without the premium. Me personally, I am fortunate enough that I can, you know, it's not too much, but I understand, you know what I mean? Sometimes it is. And sometimes I can't pay for it. But the other really cool thing on that note that I like about Canva is there's been times where I haven't been able to pay for it for like 2 months, and out of nowhere I'll get like have a month on us. And that's happened a couple times. Thankfully I haven't had to not pay for it in a while. So that's been, you know, I haven't had to worry about working with the bare bones. But if you are, it's still, you can import other images. You just got to make sure that they're not something that's going to get you in trouble for using it. You can't just take somebody's art off the internet and use it in your thing, especially if you're monetized. So yeah, you see all these graphics, photos. Here's your little videos. Okay. Your audio. I don't use any audio from Canva. I don't care if it tells me that it's copyright free or not. If I didn't get it from somewhere that I specifically know it's copyright free, I'm not going to use it. When I became monetized, all those copyright claims that I had from using the music from my app, I had to go back into all of my videos. Let me tell you, I had like 100 and something videos. I had a lot of videos at the time. When I got monetized, I had already been doing this for like 2 years. Okay, so yeah, it was freaking a year and a half, something like that. I think it was a year and a half. Anyway, it sucks. I had to go back in, change all the music. Don't use music from anywhere unless you know for sure that it's copyright free and that there is an option. If you get a copyright claim on whatever piece of music that you're using, make sure that if it says it's copyright free, that there's an option or an email or something in the information of that song that you can report a copyright claim. Otherwise, you're going to have to jump through hoops and it's going to be a huge pain in the ass. So that's also something to keep in mind, because I would not wish going back through 100 videos and removing audio or completely having to erase audio and relay YouTube music tracks over it. Yeah, no, all set. So yeah, so here are the graphics. So you can get like these are all the different spooky cats. You guys will recognize some of these. I use some of these for your member shout outs. Okay, and then you can specifically go up here. So let's say that I was oh, I just changed the size of my thing. I'm so sorry. Hold on. I can't. That's gonna drive me nuts. So sorry. Let me find my place in my brain again. Oh, you can go to here. Okay, that's gonna give you your options, and you can look for specifically animated stuff. So like if I was doing how I did on like your member shoutouts where you all have like a little moving graphic, you can go here. Now for thumbnails, that's not going to be handy, okay? But I'm going to go through all these things just so that we've gone through them all. Okay, so that's elements. You have shapes. You can use these like I used over here, how it's kind of shaded in behind those words. I used one of these shapes, and then I'll show you how I got it to be transparent like that. Again, there's an AI thing. I don't mess with that. I tried to do one time a thing of like a cat at getting a manicure, and it didn't work out for me. Stickers, photos. I usually just go here for all that stuff. So yeah, that's what the Elements tab is. Then you can go to text. Now this is what I was talking about with the, you have to do the same thing but only 4 videos. Yep, I only use the YouTube music library. I use some copyright music from YouTube, but the only stuff that I use now is through Kaizen Blue, and that's because if you sign up for his email program, you can use his music for free in your videos as long as you give him credit. Other than that, I go through the YouTube catalog. I'm hoping with this year's taxes that a little chunk of that, I'm going to try to get the, what is it called? The sound, Epidemic Sound or something, where it has like really good music or like, you know, different types of stuff, just to see what it, you know, what it looks like. You know, if I don't like it, I won't get it again next year. But it would just be nice to have some different stuff. You know what I mean? The YouTube catalog does have some pretty nice music. I'm not going to lie. You got to kind of look through it though. You know, like, because I found a lot of my Halloween music for this year in the dark section of the music catalog. So sometimes you got to go looking for the stuff that you want. Yeah, how does he like it, Haley? All right, while Haley answers, I'm going to go ahead and, so this is what I was talking about with your fonts. So now I do certain things. I help a friend out that runs a couple collabs. I have to do the other fonts, but this is the same font that I use when I do that particular collabs videos. So I have it already there, ready to go. So I'm ready to do the title. All I got to do is boom, click on it, bam, okay? And then I can, this is why I'm saying it's a lot easier with a laptop or a computer. If you're going to get a laptop, please, I highly suggest getting a mouse, like a USB mouse or something. It's just a lot easier to maneuver than the mouse pad on the laptop. I found like a lot of these newer laptops, they're very sensitive. And they get uncalibrated really fast. So I just prefer, you know, and then bam, you know, I can do what I'm going to do with that from there. We've only got the solo description. Okay, but he likes it. All right. Yeah, I'm going to get it. It's like $120 or something for the year. I don't know what the prices on Canva are for the year. I'll go over all that at the end. Okay. So, that's what I have here. This is one of my favorite fonts right now. It's called Dreaming Outlook, and I use it wait, what am I doing here? Okay, hold on. Wait, let's just yeah. Well, look what the cat dragged in. Cherie, hey. Glad you caught us. We rescheduled for today because yesterday Misty and Stacy went live, and yeah, I wanted to go, so we rescheduled till today. So yeah, so this is all your fonts. Okay, you can default excuse me, you didn't know. Well, you are a member, so you got to check my community tab for these things, lady. I've been advertising it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I think the only place I didn't advertise it was on TikTok. Okay. Yeah, so and then down here will be like different, so these are like apps. So Canva has, you got there 3 hours later. No, you're only 46 minutes late. Well, no, like 26, because I started late. So yeah, these are like apps. I don't play with these. I don't really play with those. I don't have a need to yet to like, I'm happy with the options that I've like played with, but I guess these are like, you can do stuff with them. Type gradient. That's probably for people that are a little bit more advanced. I will get there. I'll play with them one day. I just haven't yet. I haven't had a need to. Yeah, recently used. So these are some fonts that I've recently used. And even these fonts here, like, okay, so this one's this and this, right? So where is it? What's going on here? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I don't know what was going on there. So even this one here, how we like moved it over, it's 2 different fonts. So you can customize both of these. Or how you like this one, but you don't like the font, right? Let's go to Chloe. Boom, you still get your overlap, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't like that one either. Let's go to Dreaming Outland. Boom, you know, you get the same effect, but you can change the font. Like, nothing in Canva basically is uncustomizable. Really, like, you can do a lot of stuff with this. And it's so, I feel like it's one of the cheaper editing programs. You know what I mean? Like, it is. It's definitely much cheaper than Adobe. That's for freaking sure. And anything that I've ever wanted to do in Adobe, thus far, there may be something that I want to do in the future that I can't with this. But thus far, anything that I ever wanted to do when I had the Adobe subscription, I can do on here. And much easier. It's much easier to navigate and understand. So at least for me, I don't want to say that, you know, and then, yes, this is Canva. This is the premium one. I have the paid for one. So if you don't have the paid for one, it will look very differently. But if you enjoy the free one and the free one works really good for you with the standard features, I highly suggest, if you can, to invest in this one. They have all kinds of events that happen, like creator studios and stuff. I don't do any of those because I can't pay attention to that type of stuff, so I miss out on a lot of that. But but yeah, so there's all my recently used, and then there's a whole bunch of pre-made fonts. You don't understand it? Well, maybe if you pay attention, I'll be able to help you. That was the whole point in me doing this here today. You know, I learned a couple little good things, and I want to share them. All right, so yeah, uploads. Okay, brand is like I showed you. You have these are my logos. That was my, I don't know how well you can actually see that. I'll see if I can like screen tap it and like bring it back up another time and post it. Yeah, my colors, these were my fonts. I haven't really done anything with my brand because I like creating stuff. So this is all of my uploads. Like, so this is where you're going to upload the things that you want to add to your videos. So here I have like some photos from a collab, the comment shout outs, you know, stock photos that I turned into it. I have the people's channels that I added to the thumbnails of their giveaway or their video or whatever it was. You know, here are my stock photos before I go in, and I'll show you how I edit my photos quick too today. If not, maybe I'll do like a short or something, or we'll do like a quick little mini something or other. I don't know. But yeah, my stock photos, my logos here, and you'll see. You can do like a lot of cool stuff. I don't want to like show you too much right now because we're going to get into that. Then you have tools. I don't use any of these. Text. Oh yeah, see, this is like sticky notes. This is more for people that are like, I think, use it for like work type stuff or like study type stuff. I don't do that. This is fun for me. This is not work. My projects, other apps. So this is all the apps that you can use. I don't use any of these. I probably should check this out. Apply textures. Oh, I've played with the texture one. Turn black and white photos into color. You know what I mean? So there's like a lot of different things that they offer. Generate soundtracks with AI music. Oh, that's kind of like what Luana does. Generate custom visual. Okay, so this is like AI. Yeah, I don't do that stuff. I like to... No, go away. Okay, yeah. So that's all this stuff. And then there's photos, audio. That's the texture thing that they were just talking about. You can add a texture to photos, but I haven't really played with that much. But yeah, so those are all the things there for you to use for when you're actually working on your project. All right, so I'm going to deconstruct this and I'm going to show you how I got the result for each thing. Okay. So the Melody Susie logo is actually a cool feature. It's the background remover, and it is the best background remover. I've never used a free background remover that does such a fantastic job of removing the background as Canva does. It's allowed me to do a lot of really cool stuff with just my photos of my nails. So basically I went to uploads, okay, and I had uploaded this logo here. I saved it from the Melody Susie site. Okay, all you gotta do is when you go to websites, you can right click if you have a mouse on Aria. You gotta give me a little bit and you gotta give Bubby a little bit. Anders, remember what I said about her friends being outside?
Yeah.
Play a couple matches and then take her outside, please.
Yeah, because there's one
Thank you.
friend outside.
Okay, Aria, let him play a couple matches and then he'll take you outside. Sorry, guys. Yeah, right. Nope, they're right here, baby. Your blue shoes are right on the bottom of the black thing. You have to get socks, though. They're on top of the white tote right there at the bottom of the black shelf, honey. Yes. There you go. In the living room on top of the white thing, there's 2 socks. You cannot wear those without socks. Remember, you're going to get blisters. You remember the boo-boo on the inside of your foot?
Oh, Mommy, I didn't feel any hardness on my feet the other day when I didn't wear socks.
Yeah, but you weren't running around playing. Anders, before you guys go outside, make sure she puts those socks that are on top of the white thing on her feet. She cannot wear those without socks. She will get blisters on the insides of her little cankles. Okay, so,
I was just putting them on so I can put my socks on.
yeah, okay. As long as you put socks on, baby. I don't care what you do, okay? Socks and shoes, babe. Socks and shoes.
Wait, what's the socks?
They're on top of the white bin in the living room, the one your dollhouse furniture is in. There's 2 socks there. They don't match, but they're socks. Okay, so, you can, on most mobile devices, you can just hold, like, you know what I mean? Press it and hold it, and it'll allow you to save photo. But on browser, you right-click, and then, oh, it shows a different menu here because we're in Canva. But you would right-click it, and then you would say, open a new tab. That's going to give you the best quality image that you're going to be able to get from saving it off the internet. So you're going to right-click it. What happened? Ooh, is she okay? Oh boy, hold on, guys. Okay, she's good, guys. She's good. She's good. What are you doing? No, I don't need that light. If you turn that light on, they won't be able to see the computer as good. I don't need the light to put your socks on. I was born in the dark. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? No. You don't know who Bane is. Give me your other foot. I love you. Go ahead, baby. Be careful, please. Pay attention to what you're doing. Okay? Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta take my hoodie off. All that commotion. Oh. Alright. Incoming. Okay, so, okay. So you'll right click on the image, and it'll open up a new tab. You can click on it. Sorry, I have to get my freaking thoughts back together. This is what happens to me when there's too much going on. You'll right click. It'll open up the menu, like, you know, like the you can save, blah 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 blah, and you'll open in new tab. It'll open it in a new tab, and then you can do the same thing. Right click on it and then save as or whatever. So that's how I got the Melody Susie logo. So I really liked this one, especially since, like, you know, it's like Halloween-y. Well, it's not Halloween-y, but it has like a nice golden kind of thing. And I'm going to show you another cool thing that you can do in Canva too with images now. This is a newer feature. I'm so excited about this, like you have no idea. And you're going to go up here to edit. Now, if you don't have the paid for it, you will not be able to do this. The background remover, honestly, to me, is the main reason that I pay for the premium. Honest to God. It's seriously like the biggest reason that I have this. So you'll go up here to edit, and you'll go to background remover, and it'll think, and it'll remove your background. And like, I don't know if you guys can see from the quality of the YouTube video, but do you see how amazing the quality of that background removal is? The magic grab. I haven't used the magic grab. You want to take it off? Go ask Bubby. Oh, can you take it out? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I haven't used the grab tool. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I think that's so cool. And then, so this has kind of like a reddish line around it. I just went up here to the colors that you see there, and that you're going to be able to change the color of images that you're adding in, or ask Bubby, please, whatever it is. What?
And I don't like that.
What did he do to you?
He did this.
I did nothing.
And I don't like that.
Where did he poke at you?
I didn't
He didn't help me. He just did this.
Well, she said you pointed your finger at her menacingly.
Yeah, because I'm like, don't do that. She's like, oh, is he done yet?
Oh, well then,
Done yet?
well, don't waggle your finger at her.
Yeah.
Aria, leave him the hell alone until he's done with his matches. I already told you that. Stop. He's gonna take you outside. Don't bother him. You left my other bag of chips upstairs on the turtle tank last night. You're not getting any of these. Go get that bag. Yes. These are mine.
Mama.
Here. Baby, I don't want to be on for too long. And there's a little bit of things that I want to explain. Okay? Please. Go in the living room. Come on, baby. Or go see Daddy. Go see what Daddy's doing. There are, you know, other occupants. Okay, so this is the coolest thing ever. I'm so sorry as I try to keep my train of thought. I use it to take the nails off the gold leaf thing. Oh, okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind the gold leaf thing showing behind it. But that's good to know. Sometimes the background remover reminds it. Sometimes the background remover removes this, and sometimes it doesn't. But we're going to get into that. So yeah, that's the background remover. And then all I did was I just pulled it up so I could remove that last little bit of text underneath, because I didn't need that. I just needed the name. And I went up here to these two colors, and I just turned it orange instead. That way it matched absolutely perfectly. I resized it to the way that I wanted. And then I used a text. A text. And, oh, sorry, I'm clicking things. I think I used this one. Yeah. And, okay, so I typed out what I want. Popped it into place. And then my favorite thing to do with lettering, I do it to pretty much everything. I really like the effect that it gives it, is I go to effects and I put it on neon. And that's what gives it that glowy effect that you see. There's other things that you can do here. You can add, you know, splice, all this other stuff. I don't really use any of those. Even if you look on my Instagram and my TikTok photos, I use some type of glowy effect. I just like that. And that's it. That's how I did it. How I did the logo, right? So that's one of the last things that I did. So since this is a copy, I'm just going to go ahead and delete this so that we can just get this out of our way. Okay? Now as for this side, what I did was, well, yeah, let's deconstruct it and then we'll go back in. So I got to like keep myself on my own train of thought, I swear. So this is, I just wanted to highlight, you know, the name of the product, the things about the product. Okay, so I did this. I did my neon effect, which is up here in the effects. So here's position. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to go over the top menu. I'm so sorry. So here, for this, in this case, or let me see. Yeah, so it doesn't, that menu doesn't pop up until you click something. So in this case, it's the words. The font, the size of the font, the color of the font. Some fonts you can make bold. This one you can't. That's why it's not colored in. That's italic. That's underlined. That's strike. I don't remember what that one, what does this do? What does this do? Oh, uppercase or lowercase. I don't know if that's a change it or what. The alignment, I prefer center alignment on most things. That's just the way I prefer it. It makes the most sense for me to everything to be as even. Like even if you look here on all my, like this side and this side might not be perfectly in the middle of the total image, but the sections are even. I try to get as close to, you know what I mean? This one I did a horrible job, but I don't know. I don't know why I left it like that. Normally I would straighten it out a little bit. I must have really just been feeling the way it looked and didn't feel like it needed to be changed. Sometimes I'm a little bit more particular This time I wasn't. But yeah, so the alignment. But even like here, you know, like I was saying, I like everything to be and the cool thing about Canva is, as far as the alignment goes, is when you grab things and move them, it shows you. You see that pink line? It shows you where your alignment is. So like, oh, now, okay, all of a sudden, you know, this is a particular section. This shows you like your alignment. Are you lined up with this image? And then if there was an image up here and it was lined up on you see how the background, there's a pink line that goes up. It shows you that it's aligned with the thing that's behind it. So that's a feature of this that I really, really like. I mean, I'm pretty good with eyeballing, but even sometimes, you know, I'm questioning, because sometimes you're just like this much off, you know, and then boom. Okay, so I did, yeah, okay, this is, what's this? Advanced settings, letter spacing, line spacing, letter spacing. Okay, like how, oh, I never knew you could do that. See, we're learning together, guys. Oh, this would have saved me so much grief if I would have just clicked the button. Okay, so letter spacing is a thing, okay? So you can space out how far apart the letters are. That is so cool. I'm like cheesing right now because I'm so happy I figured that out. Because this has been, like, it's like you want things to be in a certain, I always like things to look like, to make sense, like Sweet Scented 10 piece, and then the name of the collection, and then the 3 features. It's, I don't know, I'm weird about that. It's just things have to be in a particular, you know what I mean? They got to be set up a particular way, and this would have been very helpful. Okay, so line spacing is, yep, the things in between, the space in between your lines of text. Anchor text box, I don't know what that is. Anchor start, anchor middle. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to mess, well, maybe I should. Anchor start, what's that? Anchor text. I don't know. I don't know what that's doing. Okay. Anyway, so another of my favorite features is the transparency button. I can make things as transparent or as bright as I want, which is how I do a lot of the really cool, funky, layered effect things that I do to my pictures and my thing. Okay, so that is going to come in very handy with everything I'm ever going to show you, is the transparency button. Okay, because I tweak pretty much everything till I get like that perfect ratio, you know what I mean, between the images. I'm like, I don't know why I haven't tried to use some of the other settings in this, because I'm telling you, I nerd out over Canva. I haven't nerded out over anything in a very long time, but graphic design, I'm definitely nerding out over. Anyway, so, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the phone. Rein it in, Katie. All right, so the next thing that you have is your effects, which, like I showed you, is this. I feel like they could give us a little bit more on. There aren't there aren't a lot of options here, but I still think, you know, I'm happy with what's here. For certain things, you know, you can change the text to be in a circle, and you can adjust that. Here, you can adjust the curve, right? And you can adjust the intensity of the glow. So, you can play with that. I don't really need that. Okay, so I added that, and then, so what I do is sometimes, like, it didn't look quite right against the background. So what I did was I got myself one of the shapes from the elements, and I set it up just a little over the pumpkin, because again, I'm all about the ratio. Like, I'm all about the alignment, basically. And you know, so Melody Susie was here, and then I wanted it to look cool, but I didn't want to like cut the pumpkin off in half, because then you'd have like a whole half a pumpkin, and I didn't want to cut the pumpkin off at the bottom, because then you'd have a whole half a pumpkin. So I was like, all right, let me meet myself in the middle. I'll leave a little bit of space here, and I'll put, you know, the stuff here. So you can still see a little bit of the pumpkin at the top. You can see a little bit of the pumpkin at the bottom. You can see, you know, some of the rest of the background. And then, you know, you have your words. You can still see the pumpkin in the background, but the letters still stand out. Because without that piece, this is what I was looking at. Letters that blended into my background. We have a fresh letter box in the kitchen, so this might be loud. I apologize if it is. It's a little clanky. We use pine chip type stuff, pellet stuff. But But yeah, so this is what I was looking at. I was looking at, you know, orange lettering over an orange pumpkin. And, you know, you can always, like I said, go over here, go to the transparency, and play with that a little bit. But still, you're still going to get, you know, some weirdness between the orange and the orange. So that's what I used. That's what I used that for.
Anything else she needs before she goes on?
She's got shoes and socks.
Yep.
Tell her she got to go potty, and as long as she's dry, she's good to. Grab her black sweater from the hook, because she don't have a t-shirt on under that witch dress. She has pants and undies, but no.
Potty, Mom.
Try one more time.
One more time.
Before you go outside, yes. Okay, so that's what I did that for. But you know, you can do a lot with that. Like, and just that little bit that I just explained to you, hopefully I explained it in a way that you understood. I know sometimes, I'm sorry, I just kind of have a habit of going. But you know, you can do a lot with this. So like, you know, say you wanted to put something else there or whatever, you know what I mean? You can do that and just play with like the different layers. So that's how I did this side of it. This is just kind of how I've been setting up my thumbnails. I really like it, especially for collabs. I don't have to change my layout so much because I can just put the collab thumbnail here and then add whatever else I'm going to add to it around it. And I can still have my art and it still feel like me. So that's just why I set up mine this way. Maybe that can give you some ideas of how you can incorporate it. You know, if you're not satisfied with your custom layout. But yeah, so that's how I do mine. So this picture is obviously much bigger. So originally, I don't even know what it looked like. It might have been like this. I have no idea. I don't remember what the size was like. Now, obviously, this is not going to fit here, right? So you could, let's say you wanted to go to, Anders, remember I'm live. Have a little patience.
I know, but she's like looking at me as she unrolls.
Okay, and? Okay, so let's say I wanted to look for some pumpkins, right? I could go to Elements. I'm gonna go, oh, this is the photo that I used here on this photo, on this picture. So you could always, you know, put something behind it if you really wanted to. And then you'll go up here to position. Oh, that's what I didn't talk about, the position. So the position is exactly what it sounds like. The position. This is another reason that having a laptop or a PC is best for this. Again, I don't know what it looks like on iPad. I don't know what it looks like on tablet. For me, this is the best option for me to do this type of stuff. Sometimes I'll start something on my phone and then I'll switch over to the laptop. And that's the cool thing. Wherever you're logged in with your account, your projects all stay on that account. So you can have your account on your laptop, your PC, your tablet, and your phone, and no matter what you're working on will transfer between, it'll all be the same account. So you're not going to lose any of your designs. Okay, so far it's the same as on the iPad. Okay. Yeah, I know iPad, their apps tend to be a little bit more closer to the browsers, the browser version of things than the mobile version of things. iPads and Apple computers. Okay, so you have a range, and this is basically just, you can do it like manually. Oh, I didn't mean, what the hell? I don't know what that is. So like if I wanted to move this backward, I could move it. It moved it backwards behind the thing, right? Now if I wanted to move it forward, boom. It goes above the picture, boom. It goes above, I think this one, but it's because it's not longer than that picture, so you can't see it overlapped. And then boom, forward, it goes over the letters, okay? So you can do that way. My favorite way to work with this is to use the layers. And the layers gives you all of your stuff in one spot, okay? So let's say I'm working with, so right now I have these two images right here, right? Yeah, see, it is overlapping that one. But anyway, the two images on this side are the two right here, okay? So now say that you're working back and forth with two separate images. For me, this is the easiest way to do that. So, okay, so this one, I'm gonna lower it a little bit because I don't want it to outshine the picture in the front, you know what I mean? I just want it to be for the background. The 3 dots next to the garbage. Oh, what, like on the image? Oh, yeah, layer right here. Yep. Okay, so yeah, you'll get your copy, so you can make a copy of the image, copy the style. I don't know what that means. You can paste, so like if you copy this, you can paste it to another thing, or you can, you know what I mean? Duplicate will multiply the image. Show element timing, that's for animated stuff. Okay, so, position, layers. Okay, so now I have that one. I can go back to this one and put that above that, right? And now I can put this here. Let's say that that's what I wanted. I think that looks horrid, but let's just say that that's what I want. Now I can go back to the transparency, make that more opaque, and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? So it's, for me, it's always about layering. You know, how things look on top of each other, with each other, behind each other, all that. So yeah, so that's how I created that side. So let me show you a really cool thing that you can do with your photos real quick, okay? So I'm going to start with this part to show you how I did this part, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to show you how I create my photos with the backgrounds real quick. And then unless anybody has any specific questions about this part, which please, if at any time, even if I'm talking, I will check back. I will check back and see if anybody else, you know, if you asked a specific question. Special features. Yeah, I think that covers that part. So, oh, sorry guys. Let me, my dog. Go.
Go.
Out. All right, so yeah, just close that curtain all the way because it creates a glare on the, I'll let her in when you go up. All right, so here's how I did this, okay? Shabam. Let's see how I did that, right? Okay, so this is the original picture, right? So this is the picture that I created. Let's just delete this real quick so that I can show you how I did this. This is the picture that I created. I already edited this in its own little file, okay? Which at any time, you can go over here to these three dots and go to projects. You know what I mean? And open it in a new tab. So that's another reason I really like browser. So this is the original picture. What I did was I copied it, which is this little duplicate button here. No, leave it. Yeah, leave it closed. Thank you, baby. So I duplicated it, right? I put it over the top, right? And I remove the background. I don't think so, not yet. I don't know. I don't think he realized it was 5 o'clock. So I removed the background, right? And then what I did was I went back to the original image and I went to the transparency and I turned the transparency down a little bit, okay? So that when I overlapped the thing back on it, I still got the background that I wanted, but it wasn't as like bold and in your face. So that on the thumbnail, because there's so much else stuff going on, the nails were what really popped out of that photo. You know what I mean? When it's just a photo by itself, the background ain't that big of a deal. You know what I mean? But on the thumbnail, I like to kind of like highlight the nails more. So that's how I did that. And then I wanted it to be a little bit more dark and moody to go with the other side that I had created. So I went to elements again. I did Canva from my phone too. It's a pain in the ass. It definitely is. It definitely is on your phone. Like you can do all the same stuff, but it's a pain in the ass depending on what type of phone you have. I have a standard S something or other. One of the newer. What? What?
The fucking water bottle.
Watch your mouth. Seriously? Let them back in too, by the way.
Huh?
Well, I'll just have to start. We have to get a new case of water anyway. I'll just have to start putting the water back up. This dog is freaking.
Oh, we have to get
Anyway.
because we don't have any water bottles left.
That's fine.
Alright,
Can you let the dogs back in real quick? Oh, can you feed them real quick before you take her outside?
She's already outside.
Can you feed them real quick?
No, I'm going to watch her.
Where is she? Okay, I'll feed them real quick. Go. Okay, guys, give me 2.5 seconds. I'm so sorry. I just got to feed the animals real quick. Give me 1 second. You guys are going to love this. If you love cats, there's about to be a symphony going on. Okay, as soon as I realize that I'm opening that closet, wait for it. All right, let's go. Guess what time it is, guys? Where's the bowls? Where did the bowls go? Come on, guys. You guys ready? Meow. 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 Hercules. Meow. Meow. There you go. Come on. Meow. 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 That's right. Come on. Tell him, Simpson. Guess you guys ain't that hungry. Guys. Come on, guys. There you go. There it is. There's my symphony. There's my symphony. Here you go, Harleen. Here you go, Cinnamon. There you go. That's right, baby. Tell him. Tell him. All right, Sin, Bumble, Nami. Where are you at? Cinnamon, back up. What are you doing? Here, Luna. Yep, that's Nami. Where's Chippy? Tippy. Eclipse. Yep, that's Bumble. Hera. Hercules. Artemis. Oh, watch out. Don't go on your brother's plate. Specky. I don't know why the Chihuahua decided to skip town on her food, but that's okay. Here you go, Cinnamon. Here you go. All right. Okay, I'm coming, guys. You want to see something really cool? I don't know how well you'll be able to see it in the dark, but those are all my babies. Don't mind the floor. I rent. There's water damage, and I don't want to deal with it. Look at all my babies. Those are all the cats. And then there's this lady up here because she has a timid disposition and she doesn't like to be around too many people. Now it's the Katie Cat Nail Show, right? There we go. This is what the people came to see. I think we're probably going to end up redoing the floor ourselves at some point because I think it would be probably a lot quicker than having people come in here to do it. But yeah, that's my gang. All right, here we go. And I don't have to have a bunch of random people in my house. You know what I mean? I'm weird about that. I don't know. All right, let's get back into this. Okay. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, I'm going to need to get a laptop. Yes, definitely. If you can, I highly suggest it. Something you might want to consider is sometimes you can find slightly older but really good electronics at, let's say, now you also got to keep in mind, this is how I got a lot of our electronics is through Rent-A-Center. Now you got to keep in mind if you're going to pay twice what you would pay normally. But if you need a computer, and you can afford a weekly or bi-weekly payment on it, you know what I mean? It's an option. That's how we got this computer for him before he built his computer. That's how I got the camera that I used to use. That's how I got the phone that I'm recording on right now. There's other thing. I think there was a couple other things. You know what I mean? So you are going to pay more out of pocket. I'm able to do that because we get taxes every year. So whatever we owe on it, when the taxes come, we just pay it off. You're, like I said, you're going to pay like twice as much for sure, without doubt. But if you are someone who is on a limited income, you know what I mean, and you're not already renting stuff, and you know that you're going to be able to make that little payment, it's an option, you know? Just something to keep in mind. But yeah, okay, so back to the image. I just gotta make sure. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I gotta make sure they're not eating each other's food. Usually they're pretty good. Okay, so yeah, I went to Elements and I simply put in black. Just the word black, just the color black. And that brought up graphics, photos, videos, frames, which we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about those when we get to, what time are we on? That's not too bad. This is the last thing I think I'm going to talk about for thumbnails anyway. And then photos is easy, but I'm going to show you it anyway, just so I can show you, possibly give you other ideas, you know? But anyway, so you get all these different options. Anytime you put something over here, you're going to get a bunch of options. So then I use graphics for pretty much everything. And, you know, you can just filter through. So this one has like, you know, it's like kind of smoky at the bottom, and then it, you know, softens out, you know, all types of stuff. And then I believe I used the black, and I just made it fit the image. I went to position. I moved it between the background removed image and the previous image, which put this on top, okay? Then with this still selected, I went up to the transparency over here, and I messed with the transparency so that it kind of darkened the background a little bit. And that's how I kind of made it fit in with the theme that I was going for, kind of like that dark, moody pumpkin vibe. So that's how I made that whole thing come together, you know? So I really like Canva. It has definitely opened a lot of doors creatively when it comes to the visuals of my channel, the visuals of my content. You know what I mean? Not so much the video, but like what you think of when you see, you know, KatieCat. To me, I feel like this has really been so helpful in maintaining and just keeping up that vibe, just because everything's so accessible, you know what I mean? So yeah, so basically all I did to create this, and I'm just going to show you how I went in and grabbed my initial image, was I started with a fresh project. Okay, started with a fresh thumbnail, and all I did was on that main page I looked up YouTube thumbnail. It'll already have the dimensions for you. You just click it and it creates. In the beginning, I didn't know that it was that simple. And I went and looked up the dimensions for the images, which I had no right doing because me and math don't be mathing. But yeah, so I went into my uploads. I came into here. I grabbed my photo. Boom. It was already edited, right? And I adjusted it to the size that I wanted, and then I did all that other stuff that I told you about. I went in and I came down here to photos. I think I searched, what did I search? Pumpkins? Pumpkin. I think I searched pumpkin. Brought up all these. Now again, the ones with the crown you won't be able to use, but there are plenty of images, you know, that are available. Little kitty cat. No crown, pumpkin, you know. So like, you know what I mean? Try it out with the features that it comes with. If you think that it is going to be something, you know, that is seriously going to benefit you and up your design game, try it out for a month. I think it's like $15.99 or something. And every so often they have like a deal. And like I said, I've been broke for a couple months and not been able to pay for it, and I still ended up with Pro a couple times because they randomly were like, "Hey, have this free, this free 30-day trial or this free 2-week trial." So that was pretty cool too. I was really appreciative of that because Canva is like a quarter of my content life. I'm telling you, between my meds, the talking, and other medicating, I be getting the worst. Like can't breathe cotton mouth. I'm telling you. Okay, so I found my image. Just clicked it. Boom. And look, it's a free one. There's no crown. So this was even a free image. So I could have did this, well, some of it, because I can't do the background remover. But you know what I mean? I could have did some of this. And like I said, you could get a free background remover, but I just feel like Canva. Try the magic grab. Okay, where exactly is the magic grab? I don't know where that is. Is it in apps? Or is it in edit? It's in edit, I think, right? Magic eraser, magic grab. Okay, magic grab. Oh, so it like, oh, okay. So like, oh, yes. See, this is why we did this. Thank you, Hilly. So this is really freaking cool. Okay, look, you got the girl. Oh my gosh. Grab. Okay, it takes a little bit. What happened? Why didn't it do it? Oh, it did do it. It's the background I'm seeing. Oh, cool. And then you could even do that even further. Let's say you wanted to get really cool. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you, Hilly. Thank you for making me try this. See, this is why we did this. Because I'm not going to think of the same stuff you think. And that's just what it is. Nobody's smarter than anybody else. You know what I mean? It's just nobody did anything before anybody else. It's you thought of something I didn't think of. And look how freaking awesome it is. Now I can apply this to the cool shit that I already do and do even more cool shit. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. And if anybody tells you otherwise, don't be around that person. So if you want to do like something cool and gory, look, you could remove the pumpkin. Did it remove the pumpkin? Oh, it did. Oh, it like separated them. So if you wanted to, you could, hold on. Let's just do something real quick here. Okay. Severed head. Well, there's an arm. Let me see. Head. You know what I mean? How cool is that? Just to, you know what I mean? Get like a real spooky freaking head or something. Oh, Hilly, I love you. You are amazing. This is so cool. So there you go. See, we learned that together. That's amazing. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's what I did. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, that was the back. Oh, so that's what it did. This was the background of that image. Oh, that's cool. I don't know why I just realized that now, but oh, okay, cool. All right, let me show you how I made. Let me delete that because if not, oh, trash. I'll end up freaking opening it or something. All right, so let me show you how I created. So if you want to create a new project and you don't want to like go over here, like I said, you can just search up whatever you need. So the new format for Instagram photos is 4:5. Yeah, you can delete the background now. Yep, that's super cool. I'm going to have so much fun with that. Oh my God. See, I told you, like, I just haven't, there's so much here. You know what I mean? It's like, even with the features that I already knew, I could already do so much. I don't know. I love Canva. I think that it's the easiest to understand. It's the most understandable editing program that I've tried to use. You know, and it's perfect. You can make collages. I prefer a mobile app, and I'll let you guys know that another time. I'm going to try to figure out how to... anyway, that has nothing to do with this. But yeah, so you can just search it up. So, you know, you could just look up YouTube thumb. Yeah. boom, you can create a blank one, or you can scroll through some pre-mades. You can go to style, boom, modern, vlog, bold, simple, minimalistic. You can go through category. Oh, that's the actual item. Okay. So what I did was, oh, what did I do? I went to Instagram post 4:5. That's the size I prefer to do my photos, and then I can just edit the size down for anything else that I want to. I don't care if it cuts off part of things for like a, what do you call it, like a preview. You know how sometimes you have to click on an image online to show the full thing. I feel like most people know now to click on the image, except people that don't use technology a lot. Yeah, that's cool. I don't like the magic eraser. I'm too clumsy with it. Okay. So what I did was I started off with my 4:5. I went to uploads. I created my own Halloween YouTube button. That was pretty cool. Okay, I need the original image though. Okay, so like we'll do it with this one. So this is my House of whatever the freaking that Madame Glam collection for October. So that's my photo, right? This one's going to background remove a little funny because it's on my hand. So it usually just removes the background. But basically it's the same thing. And I can always do this. You know what I mean? If I have an idea for that, or if it isn't like the eraser I used to use. Yeah. Okay, so now I have that. And then I'll go, so this was like cemetery vibes, right? So I'll go to photos over here. I'm sorry, it's getting a little fuzzy, I think. Over here to photos. I have to find a different way to do this in the future. And let's say, okay, so this is cemetery. So let's look up tombstones. All right, it'll give you a bunch of images that you can use. Sorry, I'm so sorry that it is. Every time I shake the computer, it like zooms out. Let me see if I can like, let's see how that works. This one's pretty cool. I want one that kind of matches like the color of the nails. So with the grab, you can just grab the nails and take your, oh yeah. Well, that's okay. They're kind of at an angle anyway. I feel like it would look weird. Well, let's find out. Let's find out, guys, what it would look like if I, oh, nope, sorry. It's an edit. Magic grab. Has to do its little thing. But this is technically AI, isn't it? Isn't the magic grab AI? It does. It uses AI. It's not hard for me to forget. Sometimes some images are a little harder. Sometimes you have to like lighten them. Click on each nail. It's not even, it hasn't even done its thing yet. It's still loading. It's still processing the image to separate. Did it separate? Nope, it did not. All right, let's try again. All right, let's go back out. See, that AI shit, I'm telling you. It's fucking possessed. Edit. I said fucking edit. Let's try again. Okay. Magic grab. Yeah, it's not going to work on this image, or I don't know. I don't know why it's not working, but that's okay. Oh, wait. Right here, like up at the top on the left, is the reverse button. So if you do something that you don't like and you don't immediately know how to change it, you can click the reverse button. It'll go back to the next step. As long as you don't close the project, none of your changes will be permanent. You can go back. But if you close the project, go to another project and come back to this and think that you're going to remove the last thing that you did, that's not going to happen, okay? It only, yeah, it wasn't, my image might have been a little dark, so I would probably have to go in on my phone where the image came from and lighten the image a little bit, but I'm not going to do all that right now. So that's what I usually have to do, especially if I can't get the background removed either. Okay, so I have my image, right? So now I gotta get my background. So I'm gonna go to photos and tombstones. Cool, we're still here. So I'm gonna look for something that this one's kind of cool. This kind of goes with the vibe, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put that behind it. I'm gonna go over here to position. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna go backwards because there's only 2 pictures, right? You know what I mean? So let's say it's like coming up from the grave. You know what I mean? If you want to be like cutesy, like you got a real bad knuckle shot photo. That's a bad knuckle shot photo. Okay, let's be honest. I definitely jazzed up the one in the collaging them and putting that cute Day of the Dead border was definitely the way to go when posting these photos. Okay, it's nubby. It is. But it kind of looks cool because now it's kind of like, oh, no, not you. You stay there. I meant this one. See, now it's acting glitchy. You know what? Let's just, I don't like that. See, and that's why I don't like AI. I don't know. It just, I probably sound like a complete tool bag, but it's, I don't know. It just freaking freaks me out. I don't know what it is. Upload. Let's just grab the same photo and we'll just do background remover real quick. Bam. Okay. And we'll just bring it up. Bring it up a little bit. And then you can just like position it how you want it. Or I could have even just left it the long way. You know what I mean? If I wanted to be silly. And like, coming up from the grave. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't know. I already did this photo. So my interest in redoing it is very minimal. And I think I messed up the size. But whatever. You know what I mean? So you could bring this up behind it. You know, and there. Boom. Graveyard freaking photo. You know what I mean? And then you can change the background. I usually lighten it, you know, just so like it's there, but like my nails are in the foreground. Okay. This area in the front of your image or video, that's the foreground. And yeah, so I know some things, okay, but mostly just because I remember like bits and pieces of random shit that I've heard. So bam, that's how I did that, right? So one thing I'm gonna say real quick before, I think I'm probably gonna be, I'll have time to do the thumbnails. But one thing I'm gonna tell you about your photos is I've started double watermarking mine, okay? I might show you how I made my logo too. Oh no, we'll do logos another time. I'm not gonna do all that. I wanted to do, you know, but I want to show you this too. So I have my thumbnail already in my gallery. I have one for Halloween, and I have one that I made for August. Where is it? Keep going. What is this? Uploads? Yeah, so where the frick are they? Come on, load. My internet is atrocious. There. It's got like little leaves. But we're going to use a Halloween one. And it's right here. Okay, so I'm going to click it. Yeah, let me close this in the background. I think I have too much stuff open. I don't know why that's open. I don't know why that's open. Okay. So here's my logo. Okay, I'm going to hit background remover. Yeah, it's definitely my internet that's the problem. There we go. Okay, so now I can either keep it, you know, the color that it is. Keep it like that. Or because they have that new tool, I don't even have to edit my logo anymore. You know what I mean? Like the base logo. I don't have to do that anymore. Change the color of it. Because I can just go up here, click on the little color thing. Almost everything that you put on somewhere, you can change the color on it now. It's freaking amazing. And let's say that I wanted something a little bit more green. Because I'm going to do like a zombie theme. Boom, I hit the green button. It turns freaking green. You know what I mean? So I can customize my logo for each and every single, you know what I mean? Like my pre-made logos. I could technically build my logo on the image, but that would be way too confused. That would be too much for me. I prefer to build things in their own files and then move them. It just makes it easier for me to focus on the project. So look, I made it green. And then, you know, if I didn't want it to be too bright, I can go up here, which I normally do, and I can turn the transparency down just a little bit. Or, you know, I can keep it as is. And so that's my logo watermark. I also like to come over to here to the text, and I already have it set up with the font. It's just my channel name. And I'll go up to here to effects. You're going to scroll to the bottom of the effects, and I'm going to use the curve. And I'm going to line it up with the cuticle of my nail. I'm going to get it to where you can use this little thing here to go back and forth. And we could get really into detail if you guys enjoyed this and do this another time. I don't mind doing this with like a small group. I don't really want to do this just yet with live people, with all the jackasses that, like, you know what I mean, be pranking people, and because I'll stop to make fun of them, and then I'll lose track of what I'm doing. And we don't want that, because the whole shebang could go out the window at any minute. So I'll do the effects, and I'll make it round, and then I can change the font color. Most of the time I just do black or white. Doesn't really need to be a particular color, because I'm going to do this too. I'm going to go to transparency, and I'm going to turn the transparency down so that I can only almost just see it. How opaque or how not opaque I do that is going to depend on the design. So since there's nothing really up here, oh, my cat's crawling behind my back. Hi, Bumble. You know what I mean? Since there's nothing up here, I'm okay with having it a little bit more visible. And that just makes it a little bit more difficult for people that don't have a decent editing software to remove your logos from your stuff and then reuse it. And then bam, that's it. Unless I'm adding something else, which I normally don't do for my photo pictures, right? So that's thumbnails. That's how I create my photos. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Because I'm just going to jump right into the intro video. I'm so sorry if you can hear me guzzling water, but I'm guzzling water. I'm just gonna wait a second, just because my PC, I have a laptop and a PC over here. They were both secondhand rented items. Listen, your girl's gonna get what your girl wants, okay? I might, I might have to do things, the roundabout way and spend a little bit more money in the long run, but your girl's gonna get what your girl wants to get, okay? Ain't nobody gonna tell me I can't have nothing because I'm broke. What do you mean? All right, I don't think anybody has any questions? Any questions? Okay. And if you do, if I see them pop up, I will just address it. Okay, so let's get this out of here. Okay, so we're going to go home. Now, something that I like to do is I have my projects. So I have content, thumbnails, photos, vision boards. Vision boards are something that I use every now and then for sets. Usually I freeball it, but sometimes I create a vision board. And if you haven't seen one of those members' videos, this is what it looks like. So this was the vision board that I created for my, I'm telling you, Canva is good for so many things, guys. This is what I created for one of my members' choice. It was strawberry shortcake. I think it was one that Sandra chose. So basically, I got a bunch of pictures off the internet, right? I saved them to my computer, right click, open a new tab, save as, okay? I popped them onto Canva here. These are all different pieces of different photos. I knew that one nail I wanted it to be strawberry on the bottom and her leggings on the top. So boom, this line was a whole nail, right? I wanted the pink patchwork, freaking picnic stuff, plaid, whatever. And the strawberry border that I saw somewhere, I couldn't find a picture of it, so I created one. I knew I wanted a strawberry but I wanted Strawberry Shortcake's hat on it. So boom, I set that up for myself. You know what I mean? Just because I'm not really, I just missed Strawberry Shortcake. I was born at the last possible second of the 80s. So, like, I know who Strawberry Shortcake is, of course, but, like, it's not, like, images that are engraved into my brain. You know what I'm saying? But I created what I wanted, and I set it up for myself so that, and then I had one nail that was all leggings, and then I had one nail that was, you know, the same thing as the first one. Boom. And then I did my nail set, you know, so that really helped me a couple times with that. I did one for an It nail set as well. 2 It nail sets, but I didn't save those. I'm really upset with myself, but you can see them in the videos. I show them in the videos. And then I did one for an Alice in Wonder collab that I never did. Alice in Wonderland. But this was, that photo is no longer available. Nettie was, yeah. This was something, I don't remember what this was anymore, but it's no longer available. Sometimes that happens, but that's very, it's only happened to me twice recently, and I've been using this for 3 years. But anyway, so that's that. That's what vision boards are. But I highly suggest because sometimes I struggle with this, all of this. Sometimes I struggle with all of this, especially on the homepage because everything is here, you know, from the most recent that you clicked, and then it goes. Definitely put your stuff in folders. It just makes it a lot easier to manage. All right, let's at least try to do intro videos because this is the one I did the most stuff on. Let's see, it's 5:49. Okay, I think I can probably go for like another. We'll see. We'll see. No one's in need of my services at the moment, so we're just gonna run with it, okay? So this one I built from scratch. I was gonna use a different one, but the background wasn't working for me. I couldn't get it to do what I wanted. So, oh wow, this is like, yeah. So see, I'm just gonna show you real quick. There's a ton of shit in this video. Okay, this is only part of it. This is only showing you the group that I clicked on. Oh, you're welcome, Nana Ange. This will be posted for later if you want to come back and check out the section about the intro videos and stuff. So it's going to be posted public so that everybody can watch it. What font did I use for the drip? Let's see. There's an effect. What was the effect? The effect was the neon. Charu Chandan blood drip. But yeah, I'm going to post this public for everybody so that everybody can access this. I just wanted to do it members only for now because I don't want to deal with any outside stuff while I'm like trying to explain stuff. But this will be available to everybody. Okay, so this is how I created it. Yeah, I'll send you, remind me later to screenshot it and I'll send it to you. So yeah, so the background, let me just show you. Let's just take a look at this. So you got your layers, okay? These are your layers. So these are all the things that I have on this video, starting with, excuse me, the background. So the background is a still image. Okay, you can use animated ones, but for this time, I just chose to use a photo. But you can use ones that are already animated, you know. That's what I originally was going to do, but I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to. So I started with the background. I chose a photo, same thing I did before. I went down to photos. I think I looked up Halloween. Right? I think I looked up Halloween. I scrolled. I scrolled. I scrolled. I don't know if this is where I got it. I think I did. I think I typed Halloween. Yeah, I did. I remember these pictures. I scrolled pretty far for this one. But anyway, I scrolled through here. I found the picture, right? So boom, I added that to my thing. And then I started with the text. So for me, it makes the most sense for me to work from this way, this way. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I lied. This time, I did the moon and the clouds first, okay? Because that's the stuff, you know, that I was going to have come in first. So let me play this for you so you guys can see it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Come back. Okay. So basically, oh, I played the frickin' thing, not duration. How do I get back to the... Aha, here we go. Sorry, guys. Because I'm sure you guys have seen my intro, but now that I'm actually here talking about it, and I hope that's not too loud. Alright, did it show the moon and stuff moving though in the beginning? Yeah, they see how it comes in. The clouds come in. So that's the first thing that I did. And so I did that. Let's see. Let's go to position and we'll go to layers. And I think that this was just an image. Yeah, so this was just an image of a moon. I think it was solo by itself. I don't think I background removed it. And so what I did was I put it where I wanted it, right? And then I went to the animate button. Now with images, it's a little bit different than with on videos. Images are a little bit different when you go to animate them, right? Or whatever. So you're going to go to animate, and in here you're going to have a bunch of these other options. So rise is, it's going to come up from the bottom. Now look over here to the moon. You see how the moon rises up? You can have it pan, and it can pan to the left or the right. I had it panning to the left, so it was coming in from this direction. And it lets you know, it lets you see what it's going to look like once you make a change. So like, let me change it to the right. It's going to show you what it looks like, okay? That's not exactly how I had it, but there's a lot of other options. There's pop, which makes the moon pop into place. Wipe, you know what I mean? There's all different kinds of animations that you can give things. All right, so that's how I did that. And then what you're going to do is, if you want to edit an image, the way it moves, right? And you want to see the thing, you're going to go up to here to position, okay? I prefer to do everything through here. Just that way I know I'm not clicking on the wrong thing and moving it. Because sometimes the way they overlap, it can be a little weird. So this just kind of clears up any of that overlapping issue for me. I'm going to go right to the moon. And then you're going to hit the three dots. And if it didn't show it, you would, look, you can hit hide element timing. That's going to hide the timing of all the things. And you're just going to see the video. Okay, here's my music. Here's my video. Let's go back to the moon. And we're going to go back to the three things. So I hit show element timing. Okay. And so here's a whole bunch of stuff. And now you can change where it appears. Okay, so I know that I wanted my intro to be long because I wanted to incorporate this moving picture type video. You'll see it a lot of times. The girls will have it. It'll look like a cell phone, and they'll have their Instagram do this thing, like the real thing. When I get to this part, I'm going to show you how you do that. But that's just, you know, that's a piece of this. Or I might do that another time. We'll just see what it looks like, what the kids are like when they come inside, all that good stuff. Wherever I leave off, or if a lot of people end up having to go, I will just leave it where it's at, and then we'll just pick up where we left off for the next one. So anyway, so once you get the element timing open, okay, and you go to duration, and I don't know why I did that because I made it look really ugly. So you can put it where you want it to be in the video. So I already set my time for 23.5 seconds, right? Okay, so I moved my moon. I almost said my moan. I moved my moon to a different position, right? I moved my moon to 19 seconds in, okay? So now what that's going to do is my video is going to play. And that is when my moon is going to come in. So if you get your... It's going to take a little playing with. I've been using it for a little while, and it takes a little bit for me, but that's part of the fun. You know what I mean? I'll learn how to use it more efficiently at some point, you know? So it allows you to choose where you want something to pop in the timeline of the video. is by changing it on the, I always forget what it's called. Somebody farted. Disgusting. I have a cat behind me, so it could have been him. Hide element timing. Oh yeah, element timing. Anyway, sorry. So that's going to allow you to move where things come in into the video, right? Okay, so boom. I already had my motion. I had my motion, right? I had my motion. My moon came in when I wanted it to. Now I have where in the video I want it to come in. Okay, so I'm going to work on the next part. I'm going to go to the cloud, right? And I did the same exact thing with the cloud. I chose the cloud graphic that I wanted, and you can literally just look up exactly what you're looking for. You might not find exactly like, you know what I mean, but there's rarely been a time when I absolutely couldn't find something to use that I was satisfied with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that I have been dissatisfied with Canva, if I'm being 1000% honest, except for something. I mentioned something earlier I wasn't fond of. It wasn't the AI. There's something else that I don't quite care for. But again, that might be because I don't know how to use it, you know? So, okay, I got my elements, right? Let's say I wanted to look for what I look for, clouds. Okay, so, and a lot of times you can just change the color. Let's see if they have any specifically purple clouds. I think I did look that up before, but I didn't find anything I liked. Or maybe I'm lying and I didn't, and I should have, because that's a really cool freaking cloud. So boom, I'm going to pick, let's just remove these clouds, right? So that you can just see me do a couple of these things. I'm not going to take you through each and everything, but I'm going to show you how I did each section, okay? I'm going to show you how I did the pieces here. I'm going to show you how I did the letters. And then I'm going to show you how I did these. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm not going to like show you each piece because I've already been here for like 2 hours. And then hopefully I'll still have time to show you how I did this. So anyway, let me delete the clouds. I had this is not a moving object. I had that there because it was concealing. One of the clouds that I used had like a really flat bottom, and I used that stationary cloud that doesn't move to conceal that when it floats across the moon, you can see the sharp flat bottom of the image behind it. Okay, so that's something to also consider. If you really, really like an image, but there's just the one tiny detail about it that you don't like, try to hide it. You know, try to hide it, because that's what I did, and it worked. That's the first time I believe that I did something like that, to that exact thing, like a moving image, and I liked it. I hope that's not my girl out there screaming. And again, if this has to get cut off, you know, we'll just pick back up another time, or maybe even later. If, you know, it depends. Probably just do it for another time. But, so yeah. So that's what that cloud was for. Okay, anywho. So let's get into how I did, like, the cloud. Okay, so this cloud's really cool. I wish I would have seen it before. That cloud is freaking awesome, right? Okay, so I'm going to resize that a little bit, though, because that's a little beefy. So we're going to resize it to where I'm happy. Okay, now I'm going to go to animate. I'm going to come into animate, okay? I'm going to come down here. I personally like the pan for things like that. Well, I mean, that's what works for that. Well, I mean, you can, like, anyway. So I'm going to do on enter. You can do on enter, both, or on exit. So if you want something to slide in to the video, hang out there for a little while, and then slide back out, you're going to do on both. So it'll, you know, slide in, slide out. So yeah, you're going to do, I'm going to do pan, and I'm going to slow down the speed. It slowed down a little bit. Now I'm going to slow down the speed a little bit more. You see how it slid in a little bit slower? And then you can also change the direction. Right now it's panning in right. I'm going to change it to panning in left. Okay? So every time you make a change, it's going to show you what you're doing, right? So pan left, pan right. Okay? So that's how I did that. All right, let's do the letters. So Oh, and then if you're having like timing issues or whatever, like you feel something's like a couple seconds off, or I wish it just came in a little bit after, you can just come down here to like the whole shebang and take, like, this is way too early, say, right? Okay, I want it to come in later. So I can just move it, and then I can play it again, and it'll automatically show me what it looks like. Then I can move it back. It'll automatically show me what it looks like, and then I can just edit it in smaller integers that way. Right? So that's how you do that. And that's really helpful, especially for me, because I have a habit of like zoning into things and then either overdoing something or like, so that's really helpful for me too, to just kind of like get it back or whatever, and to be able to move it and time things a little bit better. So, but for the letters, so basically, let me see how I have these coming in. Let's go back to the beginning and play it. Play. That was my crap internet. I know you're lying. Okay. So basically you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to go to text, right? Sometimes I have to go back and watch how something I did moves, and then to figure out how I did it. So I'm going to go back in, and I want the same text, Charu Chandan. So I'm going to type Charu or Charu. I don't know what language that is, so I don't know how to pronounce the CH. It could be a couple different things. It sounds, I don't know, honestly. Charu Chandan. Charu. Why is it not pulling it up? Oh, like in here. Yeah, but why didn't it like add a text box? Oh, maybe because it's already set. Let's try to change it real quick, and then we'll do OVO. Okay, so that's OVO. Let's go back up to search fonts and combos. Select this and search. Where are the freaking things? I can't see in the dark. Oh my god. Where's my little nubby nubs on my keys? Oh, there they are. Okay. Charu. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't come up there. But anyway. So, I always do the effect for the neon. Okay, so let's just kind of brighten that up so you can see it a little bit better. All right. So there's that. And then I went to animate, right? And this is going to give you options for the way the letters are going to react on their own and on how they're going to come in. So I'm going to have this pan in, right? So now it matches the rest of the stuff. And you see how when it pans in, now pay attention to the letters at the top. How they kind of faded in. So then you can even, where is it? I think it's this one. I think it's clarify. Yeah, that's way too slow. That's still way too, oh, that's movement, not speed. Sorry. I think that's the same one, right? Yeah. So you see how now they're like fading in? The timing must be a little bit off, but you can just tweak that, and then you'll get, you know what I mean, the timing that you want. So that's how I did the text, and then again, you can just time it. So if you look here, these come in at the same time, right? So these are at the same time. So when the video plays, those will both pop up. Okay, they'll both pop up at the same time. And that's pretty much how you're going to get all of these things in here. These little icons I got from the elements section. I looked up social media icons. You know, that's how I got these as well. The same thing. I just grabbed images from the elements section. All of those come in. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you for today, and then I will put a post up for the next one. And anything that I either mentioned that I forgot about or that you're interested in for the next one, please, you know, feel free to let me know. I have, maybe y'all could teach me something, some more things. But yeah, so does anybody have a question? I know that there were 2 ladies that were specifically interested in this whole section. Is everything that I said so far, like, it makes sense? I didn't under explain anything. Any questions that you have? That spaghetti I made this afternoon is calling my name. Oh, sorry, Bumble. I leaned back too far. Shit, you know what I realized? I realized I don't know if that's the old music or if that's the one that's in... What song is this? Oh, yeah. Shit. Well, I hope... that doesn't get me a freaking... Check to see if it's on your laptop. I prefer it on desktop. I'm jealous that you have InShot on your laptop because it's an Apple. Okay, so I don't think there's any questions so far. Excuse me. So let me show you how I made this bad boy. Let me make it... Oh, you know what I did? Let me ungroup this to show you. Ungroup. Okay, so let me delete all of this shit. Here, just delete all of that. And let me delete this. And let me delete this. So now I'm going to show you how I made that little video in the background, okay? So basically, this is a frame. So there's 2 different types of frames. That's my little name here. There's 2 different types of frames that you can use. There's frames that you can use that made my video this shape. So this is a video that I put together on InShot, the app that I use to do my shorts and my videos. It's literally just a bunch of photos, and I will do a video. I will do a live on InShot. Again, that's another thing. I am incredibly satisfied. The computer, so you put it away. Oh yeah, I have a whole computer area finagled. We're in rough shape here, but so. First off, this is a separate... I wonder if I still have this file. Let me check real quick if I have that file. I'm sorry that my internet is being complete crap. Let me still see. Let me see. Oh, wait. Hold on. I don't need that. Never mind. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this should be a group, right? Isn't this a group? Hold on, let me get my, let me see. Usually, if I click on it, and, sorry, I think my internet is being poop again. Let me close this extra Canva. I just want to show you this one last thing, and I am going to just... Anything else I'll do in another session because I'm hungry and I would rather the majority of you guys be able to be here just in case. Are we done being fucking stupid yet? What's going on here? Did things change? Is this the only menu now? Okay, so I think that this is the file. So yeah, like I said, I'm sorry. Let me try to open my home. Excuse me. And see if I can show you it from the beginning. Like, I don't need the copy of the intro anymore. Let me see if I still have it. If not, hopefully I have a file. A file. It would have been way back here. Yeah. Nope, I guess I don't. Oh, those are the pictures I used to make my my badges, my cat's pictures. That's Mr. Hercules. Hercules. Okay, I don't think I have the video anymore. I don't know why I wouldn't have saved that. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. So, let me see if I... Oh, jeez. I don't know if I have a short on here. I don't have a video. I don't think I have that short video. Okay. Well, I think that's going to have to wait. Well, I can kind of explain it now and then another time. I will... Let's just open a random landscape. I will do more specifically. We'll do a round 2. So basically, you're going to have... We can do it with a photo. That's fine. So let's just choose our photo. All right, we'll choose the same pumpkin photo. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, guys. Dude, I'm hungry. Spaghetti, spaghetti. All right, let's try this again. Let's just do it. YouTube thumbnail. I should have realized that there was a play button in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Okay, YouTube thumbnail. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's go to uploads. Maybe the video's still here. Let me check. I did clean out a bunch of stuff. I try not to have too much stuff. I delete stuff after a while or whatever. No. Nope, I don't think I have it. But that's okay. We can just use a photo. Let's use a photo of these nails. I did for my niece. Alright, so bam. We got our photo, right? So let's resize it. I want to kind of make it like a shape, right? Okay, so a rectangle shape, I mean, sorry. Alright, then I'm going to go to elements. And I'm going to look up frames. Sorry, I don't look at my keyboard when I type. That's why sometimes it takes me a minute to start typing what I'm talking about. I feel for the lines that are on the keyboard, and then I type that way. That's just the way I learned to type. So there's something called a mock-up, which is I guess a frame. I don't know. I'm sure that's some type of business thing, or for business photos. And I'm so sorry that my computer's being so slow. All right, so then you have a bunch of frames. Okay? So basically what you're going to do is, just like I'm going to do with this photo. So I have the photo, right? So I'm going to pick a frame. And what do I want it to look like? What do I want this frame to look like? Okay? So in this case, whatever you want to frame is going to go in there. So if it's a short, that's what you're going to choose. You don't have to do anything to it to make it a short. It just has to be a video already. The way I do it. If there's another way, maybe somebody will see this and let me know. But the way I do it is I grab the photo or the short, whatever it is, whatever I want to be in that thing. So if you were to screen record, you need a cord for a laptop, but you have no room for that. You need a cord for your laptop. I mean, your laptop you could just put on your lap. You ain't got to do it on your desk. You could do it while you're laying in bed. Where there's a will, there's a way, my friend. Where there's a will, there is a way. So, okay, I'm just going to do something similar. So here's the frame, right? So here's the frame. So then you can rearrange to the size, edit your photo, bring it in a little bit more, bring it in a little bit more, and boom. That's what it's going to look like in the frame. So now if this was a video, the video would play in that shape. Okay, and now you have that. Now let's say you just wanted the kind of shape of it or whatever, like I had on the other one, but you wanted something kind of decorative around it to kind of go with it. So then you could go back over here to elements, go back to all, right? And you could come down here and go to graphics. Click see all. One of them is still, you still have some of those type of frames, but now you have the decorative ones as well. So now you can layer the decorative ones, anyway, sorry. You can layer the decorative ones around this. So this is kind of cool, right? But that's really thin, so no. Let me see, this kind of works. Okay, so boom. But you still wanted to kind of see that behind it, you know what I mean? So you can either put something else behind that to kind of mimic that, or what I did for this last one was I kind of didn't like some of the sharp points that the other frame had given me. So what I did was I went to elements, and I think I literally just looked up black again, but let's double check. Let's see if I can find it here. And I think I went to graphics, and I think I scrolled down to see if I could find one that was black, that was hollowed out in the middle. I think that's how I did it. But let me see. Or did I look up black circle? I might have looked up black circle. Okay, so maybe I looked up black circle. Yes, I looked up black circle. And then I looked for one, okay, that had the shading on the outside that I wanted, but that got less opaque as it went to the middle, so that you could still see the image in the middle. But, oh yeah, we're getting there, because I was thinking about that one, but it didn't give me what I needed. I don't know where the one I used exactly is, but we'll use something similar. All right, we'll just use something similar. I don't remember exactly which one it was that I used. So let's say we used this one, right? So then what I could do is I could put this, you know, on top of the image and kind of blur the thing. But I swear the one I used was more opaque. But you could do that, and you could put that between the frame and the picture, you know what I mean, to kind of give it another look. So that's something you could do as well. So if this was a video, then the video would be playing as you're editing, and it would, you know what I mean, you'd see what it looked like in the thing. But I think that I'm going to cut this here. I'm starving, and I feel like we already went over a lot, and I want people to be able to watch this later. So I think 2 hours is a good place to cut it off. We're at 2 hours and 11 minutes. So thank you guys so much for being my members, and for being here with me, and for wanting to pay money to interact with my stuff on YouTube. That's incredible. You know, you hear people all the time say, oh, I never thought. Well, I never thought, you know what I mean? So like, I'm very appreciative of you guys, you know. Those of you that I am subscribed to your membership already, you know, I do it when I can, and if I can't, if the money's not in the account that it's tied to that month, then it just doesn't go through. Thankfully that hasn't happened in a little while. But you know, it is what it is. But thank you for being here, and being here for my first little infomercial. But I'm gonna go ahead and post this public, everybody able to watch it later. If anything that you see during this video, if you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I will not answer them in the comments, because I just feel like that would require too much one-on-one, like back and forth. But I will try to make a note of everyone's questions. And we will be doing this again. For now, I'm probably going to keep it as members only for like the actual live part, but I am going to continue to post them public. I feel like that's just like the right thing to do. You know, I don't think that only people that pay for my stuff should. I just feel like you guys deserve front row seats, you know what I mean? And for me to be able to give you my attention in full. But I will absolutely write down your questions if you are not members, and I will address them in round 2. The next members live is set for 2 weeks from now, 2 Wednesdays from now. I tried to do it every other Wednesday because Nana Ange goes live on Wednesdays, and I really like her lives, and they're really fun and interactive. So I like to be there and participate in them, because she always does some really cool stuff. So I tried to set that up to where I could alternate with her, and she could be here if she wanted to, you know what I mean? She wouldn't have to be live because she is a member. So yeah, it's supposed to be only for tier 2 members, but I don't think that I'm going to do that. I think that I'm going to continue to have it all members. I think I'm going to try to edit that off of the perk. I do think that I want everybody here. So, other than that, yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I don't want to keep rambling. I just wanted to say that real quick about the membership and the stuff. But I hope that this has helped you guys. I hope that anybody who did have questions, that I was able to answer some. As you can see, I don't know everything. I was able to learn something this time as well. So again, if you know something about something that I'm showing or something that I'm doing and you want, I'm totally cool with that. I love advice. Okay. I love advice. Just don't be a dick. You know what I mean? But I love advice. But thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody who's going to watch this after the fact. If you are interested in becoming a member, definitely check down below. I'm going to add my stuff to this live for sure. I have to. I always forget to. But the link will be here once it's posted public. Or you can go on my main YouTube page. Unless you're on an Apple product. For some reason, Apple products they don't want to let us, they don't want you to subscribe to my membership through them. So you have to go onto a PC. If it's an Apple product. Or just in general. Like, yeah. If your tablet or your phone is an Apple product, you won't be able to subscribe to my membership through the button. It won't be there. Yeah, Susie, remember? And we had to frickin' go through and do all that crap first. Okay, Hilly, I'll talk to you soon. But yeah, so you'll have to do that through a browser. But it should be fairly simple if, yeah, you had to use a phone or something. No, I think you had to use the laptop. I think you had to use the laptop. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Any questions, drop them down below. I hope I covered everything. As always, please be kind to yourself. I'm still learning to do that at 36 years old. I'm still learning to do that. I'm still very hard on myself. Please don't be hard on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, things are already fucking hard enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to make them even harder for ourselves than we already got it. And try to be nicer to others. You know, imagine what you're going through and then imagine what somebody else, you know what I mean? There's so many things that I will hopefully never go through that somebody could be going through right now. So, I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Thank you so much. Bye. I want to stop streaming.